What is blockchain? Blockchain is a transparent, decentralised, append-only ledger. Great, but what does this mean? Well, let's work backwards. First, a ledger is a record of data, normally of transactions. Append-only means that the data can only be added to the ledger, previous data cannot be modified. Decentralised means that everyone has a copy of all transactions, the full ledger essentially. An example of a centralised system would be a bank, where only the bank has access to the full ledger. Transparent means that since everyone has the full ledger, everyone can see all the transactions, and all modifications to the ledger are recorded in real time. The ledger itself is a collection of blocks, linked or chained together one after another and secured using cryptography. Cryptography being the science of encrypting and decrypting data to be secure. So a collection of blocks being chained together, hence the name blockchain. A block is made up of four things. 1. Some type of data. This data would depend on the nature of the blockchain. For instance, Bitcoin, the data would be the transaction details, specifically the sender, receiver, and the amount of Bitcoin. 2nd, a block has a hash address, which is the unique identification of the block, like its digital fingerprint. 3rd, the previous block's hash address. This is the chain that links block to block, by a block having the previous block's hash address. And 4th, a nonce value, which is a random value which exists to vary the hash address. So what can blockchain be used for? The most notable being cryptocurrency, with Bitcoin being the originator of the blockchain technology. Other potentials of technology being hospitals keeping medical records, the collection of taxes, voting, stopping music piracy and so compensating artists properly. What benefits does blockchain have? The feature that is of most note is trust minimization. As transactions are conducted as peer-to-peer, it is independent of external third parties that may normally have had to be trusted to act correctly. So, an example of that is when paying by card, the shop sends through to the bank to ask if you have the needed funds. The bank checks, and if you are good for the money, sends back giving the all clear. They also take a transaction fee for it. Now, the trust in this operation being on the bank keeping accurate records, that they don't have technical difficulties, or that the shop doesn't have technical difficulties, and in extreme examples, that the bank is in a good financial position, or that the government of a particular country hasn't frozen the bank accounts, which has happened before in Turkey, Greece and Argentina. This example also shows another benefit that without that third-party pit stop, peer-to-peer makes transactions quicker and cheaper. Now, a point you may have noted with blockchain is where is the point of verification? In traditional transactions, we need that third party to verify that I do indeed have the funds to conduct this payment. In blockchain, we have users that verify the transactions known as miners. Now, miners, in simple terms, verify transactions and then announce to everyone on the network to update their ledger, and in reward for doing this, are financially compensated. There is a lot more to this, but I'm going to give this its own separate video. Another benefit is the ability to operate seamlessly across borders. If there is an internet connection, a transaction or exchange of data can be conducted irrespective of location. And privacy. All transactions are encrypted, so although everyone has the full ledger, the individuals can conduct their transactions with a semi-anonymity. Problems with blockchain. Leading straight from the previous example is due to this semi-anonymity, it has the potential and has been used for illegal activities, such as money laundering, tax evasion, illegal purchases, and more. As well as not being able to be completely decentralised. For instance, people who would want cryptocurrencies but don't want to mine have to exchange fiat money. Now, fiat money being traditional cash backed by government or royalty. So that would be pounds, euros, dollars, and they have to exchange these at exchanges. So this incorporates a third-party element again, which is then open for theft. A huge example being a Bitcoin exchange called Mt. Gox, which had 850,000 Bitcoin of customers in the company stolen, which was valued at $450 million at the time. As well as these exchanges are potential targets for regulation from government bodies and other institutions. So the key points are, blockchain is a transparent, decentralised, append-only ledger. A block is made up of a particular bit of data, a hash address, a nonce value, and the previous block's hash address. And there is many potential uses of blockchain, although the current use is predominantly cryptocurrencies. Blockchain is a very interesting technology, with more intricacies that I'm going to explore in separate videos, but it's going to be fun to watch as more innovations occur and the technology becomes more widespread. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, be sure to press that like button, click subscribe and hit that bell notification. And I will see you in the next video.